Hi there, Hot Tops. I am the Mob, the producer of Half the Glass with Over Great.
Yeah, call me Yoda Great. How y'all living? What's up?
I want to thank you for listening to Half the Glass. Please follow the show on Instagram at High Off the Glass. That's with a T-A, not T-H-E. Twitter at the
Yeah,
_glass.
good shit.
Follow Over Great.
And follow me at all them social shits that y'all go to, that y'all like going to. My producer getting this sip on. Just follow me there if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. But check out the show because you'll love it. It's dope.
Also follow the show on Facebook at High Off the Glass. Email the show at halftheglass at halftheglass@gmail.com. Please subscribe to the show. Enough for me.
I think it's.
He's dying.
I'm dying. This is some good shit. Holla back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of High Off the Glass. I am your host, O the Great. Welcome, everybody. We are happy for you all to be here today. Thank you. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for all the new listeners we have. We appreciate you. Hope you guys like the show. Please reach out to us on all the social things and let us know what you think. Got a special guest today. Today we have host of, say the show name.
The Show at Night with Josh.
And this is my co-host today, Mr. Josh Beckish. Welcome him, everybody. Welcome,
Thank you.
Mr.
Welcome.
Beckish, to the show. Hello, Josh. How are you?
The small crowd we were able to let in is very excited.
And everyone is socially distanced and has masks on. It's beautiful.
It's a wonderful situation.
Yes, it is. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Man, I'm all right, man. It's a lot of stuff going on, man.
There is a lot.
It's a lot of stuff going on. Frankly, I don't even know where to start. You know,
I mean,
shit. It's so many directions I want. You know what? I kind of want to dive into Deshaun Jackson, Steven Jackson. You know, and see. You know, I want to see what you think about that.
It's been an interesting offseason for the Jacksons.
Yeah. Hey, you get something for that. You get something for that. Let me try to find something for that one. Let me find some. There it is. There it is. The quick one-liner.
This is the peak. This is the peak of my life. But I've been the one to receive that sound effect.
Literally on High Off the Glass.
For a moment.
But what you, as being number one, you know, one of my longest friends that I've had in St. Louis, and I've known you for a very long time, and you being Jewish, I do want to know, you know, what did you think of that?
I mean, it's always weird to be like, because, you know, I mean, obviously Judaism is something that is has a very negative reaction to from a lot of people,
right?
Which I really don't understand,
Unfortunately,
because it's like, you know, we don't do too much. We kind of just hang out and, like, you know, we sneak around, but we don't really do anything.
We sneak around.
That I think warrants people like legitimately being like, oh, Jews. So it's just, and then it's also just very kind of like jarring when a person who has a big enough voice where like thousands of people will see it, and it's just kind of like, whoa, man, like, dude, chill out. Like,
right.
that's a lot going on right there.
Right.
But I don't know. Hearing more about it, it kind of seems like I don't think he fully comprehended the magnitude of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people got out and reached out to him. He apparently like had a Zoom call with this like 94-year-old Holocaust survivor. Who I guess was just like, dude, like,
he's going to Auschwitz.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, when you're saying stuff like that, like, let you know, like, what I had to go through, and like, you know,
he's literally somebody offered him what is it, an invitation to go take a tour. He's taking a tour to talk to the owner of the Eagles.
I mean, it's just it's so weird, because it's like every time you think it's just like this one type of people that are saying this thing about this, then all of a sudden like somebody else comes out, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of people that are saying something about this, and it's just like the time we live in, it's like, I don't know, just like it's like every month or every 2 months it's this whole new subject of like some group being talked, like, you know, messed with, or have a situation where they're all got to go through together, and it's bizarre to me, because it's like, I remember a stretch of time where it was like this was just stuff that kind of got talked about amongst like people in real life. It wasn't like a topic that got universally discussed.
Yeah, now it's on Front Street.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
on Front
just
Street
like,
now.
it's crazy. This is like the evolution of our society. It's like, as soon as some people get behind something, then it blows up, and then everybody's talking about it. So
I feel you on that. And the thing that I took from it, I thought it was wrong for him to use. Don't use, out of all the people you're gonna use to make a point, Adolf Hitler, bro. Like, who the fuck starts off with that? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying?
it's kind of one of those. Yeah, Hitler.
like,
Hitler's the kind of person where you got to sit there and you
Bruh.
have a certain image of the kind of person that would be quoting Adolf Hitler.
yeah, and it's not the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Correct. Yeah. I don't know. Riley Cooper was there,
Oh, right. Oh, good.
but
Man, you coming with it today, dude. Let me give you another one. Fuck.
Can I get another air
Let me
horn?
give you another one.
Never forget this day.
You killing it, dude.
Yeah, no, but
It's true.
as a public figure, you think
And he was brought up with this shit too.
as a public figure that isn't, known as an extreme anti-Semite supremacist type person,
Yeah.
you might really want to take a second to sit there and think like, okay, hold on. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Just because Hitler was a horrible person,
yeah.
you still can't say that he probably didn't say some shit that some people were like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the worst person ever,
Yeah.
but
He had a point or two that made sense, but the bad part is it's him. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
no, exactly.
it kind of just it's almost like that. And I'm not saying that they're the same guy, but it's almost like the Fidel Castro thing. You know,
Yeah.
Bernie got in trouble with that, saying that he taught his people how to read, but it's still Fidel Castro.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
I mean, one person that does a just like historically awful thing, it's not possible that in some way did something nice for somebody at some time.
Right.
So like, but yes, I wouldn't quote him unless I was writing a paper.
Okay, here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching the video, my man Josh has been on the show. This is his first time in Buddha Basement. We welcome him. We're so happy to have him down here. He's
Happy to be here.
the first episode we were on location at an undisclosed spot. So we weren't in the basement. And he's not used to being down here, but he for some reason keeps fondling the mic. I don't understand what the fuck that's about. Bro, why you keep touching it?
I mean, I'm used to like a mic stand, like
Ew.
holding that.
Dude, Mike Stanhope, what?
I was a jerk off constantly.
Jeez.
Back to the show.
You don't get a
folks.
horn for that. Anyway,
I'll give myself one.
I just lost my point. You following this damn mic. Was that
Jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
but-
These are jokes.
It's just,
Never done it.
yeah, I just think, was it overblown with the Deshaun Jackson thing, Steven Jackson thing? I don't know. I think
It's hard to overblow a situation where that's the type of stuff people are sharing.
what do you mean?
Like if you're sharing like stuff that Hitler is saying,
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
hard to
yeah,
like just be
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, that's a little
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah.
Like that's something you
Yeah.
really got to look at and be like,
Yeah. Yeah. You don't share shit with that dude. You don't. I mean, again, he had a few points, but come on, man, you can't just you can't cite, like I said earlier, you can't cite him
No,
as your
it's just like
yeah.
it's like WWF. Like Chris Benoit had a lot of good matches, but they don't show shit anymore.
Right.
There's just certain people you got to be like, okay, we can't
Yeah.
really like go. Like you shouldn't be talking
Right.
about
You know what though, the the way I want to go with it, this conversation, because people always are so surprised when African Americans, Black people get mad at Jewish people for different shit. But the fact like we don't have the right to. There's been different areas in our history where, of course, Jewish people has been right there with us in the struggle, helping us with civil rights, this and abolitionists.
But it
all
goes both ways.
Yeah, all that exactly.
It's,
I hear you,
it's
but
like I said, it's like, as much as there's like a person that's done a bunch of horrible things, sometime we'll do like a nice thing for someone. Like, just to say that, like, for the most part, I'd say the Jews have been like pretty nice people.
in general, I
But
feel you.
not saying there
but-
weren't a good handful that were, doing what like some shady stuff.
I mean, come on,
and,
let's talk about the ones in the entertainment industry.
Oh,
how
absolutely.
for decades
No, everybody. I mean,
screwed
like,
over soul R&B singers.
there's plenty of people that made tons of money for a label or for a
Right.
producer or
Right.
something and made no money off it.
Roles were given to in Hollywood to Anglo-Saxon actors, and that's another thing too. That was a funny thing about it. They would pass over black actors to give the roles to Anglo-Saxon actors, not even the Jewish actors,
Yeah.
because back then they think, oh, if I put a Jewish person in the picture, it may not sell. So let me, but you still had Jewish stars, and of course in Hollywood, but they had to change their name.
Yeah.
So it's so fucking weird, that dynamic, bruh.
It is a very weird thing
It is.
It's always funny to me when you do find out about because like you said, like a lot of Jewish actors change their name.
Yeah.
Goldberg doesn't, I guess, hit like the box office for people as much as they think it will.
Why is it? But it's not just in
bizarre.
Hollywood.
It's crazy.
That's the thing with Jewish people in certain communities. Like Donald Sterling. Do you know that's not his real name?
Not that I didn't know.
Yeah, I heard that it was that 30 for 30. They did a 5-part series on the app about it, and it was really good. Ramona Shelburne, did a good job on it, and his real name is Donnie. I don't know, super Jewish. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to go by that. He wanted to become a real estate mogul in Los Angeles, and he totally flipped it. Like, I don't understand why Jewish people, have to felt the need that they had to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless, I guess, there are a lot of people that don't like the Jews. So if you have a very Jewish sounding name, there's a decent chance people are just going to oh no, I'm not going to go see a movie. What, some Jews starring in it? No.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch this Jew the whole time.
Yeah. That's so fucked up.
Idiots.
That's so fucked up. All right, man. So we're moving on. Let's bounce over to this NBA bubble.
Let's.
Dude, is this shit? First question: Is it gonna end with a champion?
I'll be honest. Until I actually see a sport being played live on TV, I'm not going to believe any of these are going to actually happen.
Right.
I mean, they've got it all set up. Things are going, things are moving forward.
Yeah.
Baseball starts next week. End of the month, hockey and basketball start back up. But, as the cases mount and, these guys might just, I can't understand why any veteran would be even considering playing right now. If I'm LeBron, I'd just be like, no.
What you mean? The main reason they having this fucking bubble is for LeBron and the NBA so they can make some money and LeBron can win a chip and catch that man.
Right, but if you're LeBron,
he's just trying to catch him.
Okay, are you going to catch him?
He's just trying to catch him. That's all it's about with him.
Right.
It ain't about shit else. You know that.
But,
I have to catch him and surpass him.
But you're not going to catch him if you get coronavirus and die from it.
Don't say that. Jeez.
No, I'm not saying that to LeBron. I'm just saying, if that actually happens to you,
can't use this as a clip now.
I'm not saying anything about LeBron. Though. What I'm saying is, just as any basketball player, you could potentially get this.
Yeah.
Luckily, all the athletes we've heard of so far that have come out and tested positive, nothing like super serious has happened to anybody at least from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But do you want to be the first dude? I mean, this is a respiratory illness.
Yeah.
If 80% of what you do is running around and having to be able to breathe on the court, you probably want your lungs to be totally straight.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I mean, if you do just by the off chance get it, supposedly James Harden got it. It's not like superstars aren't getting it.
No, has that been confirmed? I know Russell got it, but Harden got it?
I mean, I heard he had it. I don't know, but then I saw something that actually, then I saw something that said he was just showing symptoms and they didn't. But they weren't.
Harden's down there and he's wearing that. Did you see that
He's
dumbass?
Blue Lives Matter.
Dude, what the fuck?
He said
how the fuck do you confuse that?
He said he thought it looked good.
See, that's that right there. His He
said also that
that's it right there. That's it right there.
He said it was long enough to cover his beard. These are the two responses I've heard from him. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, if you're a veteran dude and you have a legit, and you're your career is good, why risk coming back and getting sick when you could just be at home And it's because there's really no way around it. If you win the championship as LeBron, people are going to be like, oh, well, he just won because he had 3 months off to chill. And then, of course, he could come back and play like, a month and a half, 2 months worth of games, whatever they're talking about playing. No, everybody for the rest of your career, when you're trying to surpass Jordan, when they look at your championships, they're going to be like, yeah, but one was that like coronavirus year where he got like 3 months to just like rest up, get better, train, keep playing all the time, all this stuff, and then just come back. And then also now, like, all these other dudes are dropping out. Who even knows what the league's going to look like when this thing first starts?
Here's the thing. He's praying that in the future, they don't look at this as a Rona championship. He's praying they look at this as a regular championship, but really it's going to be a Rona championship.
Well,
if he even gets it, it's going to be so fucking
every time they refer to something on SportsCenter, they're like, I can't remember who was that won the year, but it was like,
oh my God,
won the World Series this year, strike shortened season. There's always that little note next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, won the championship. Like, it'll just come up like, randomly. It'll be like, people that have won championships in shortened years or strike
that
years.
asterisk type shit.
Yeah. And but it's like, it's not, nobody just goes, oh yeah, they won the championship that year.
Yeah.
It always has that little note next to it. Shortened season.
But again, though, bro, he does not give a shit. He's trying to win a chip. And did you see?
Absolutely.
Did you see how much money the NBA would lose if they didn't put on a playoff?
Oh, I mean, I can't even imagine.
It's dude. The quoted number is $4 billion.
I believe it.
$4 billion.
Well, yeah.
God damn, and that's just
so many
just a
games.
playoff.
There's so many.
It's
games.
just a playoff.
The NBA postseason is like 5 months long. It feels like the longest playoff experience.
No, it doesn't. To me, it does.
It goes till what? June?
It starts in late April and it goes to June. Yeah, I feel you.
And then basketball starts in October.
But look, okay, it's really only a month. It's only really like a month and a half. That's all it really is, if you think about it. And the only thing that makes it seem so long is because they had to be greedy when the fucking Lakers were just sweeping people in the early 2000s in three zip. They made every round 7 games. If they go back and they make the first round 3 games like they're supposed to, it would be faster and it'd be more interesting. But I don't want it to be fast. It's the NBA fucking playoffs.
No, trust me.
It's the best time of year for me. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I have no problem with just being able to watch basketball all the time.
So why'd you say it's too long?
Because it's long.
No, it's not. It's not long enough.
Anyway.
Are you one of the people that want to see conferences like mixed up and they just like do a fuck it, whoever got the best record in conferences be damn? Are you one of them people?
I mean, I'm fine with it the way it is. It would mix things up a little bit though.
Oh God.
Well, no, it's just that there's one, usually either the East or the West is like far superior that year. Like, there's teams getting in that are under 500. Like going to the playoffs and being under 500 shouldn't be allowed.
So, I mean, that happens. That happens in the NFL all the time. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot of 7 and 9 teams make the playoffs.
Well, some can kind of squeak in, get that wild
There's
card.
like 2 teams every year that have a below 500 record that make the playoffs in the NBA. At least 2.
I think, okay, I don't know. The reason why I don't like that is because, so you're a proponent for it? You would want that?
No, I mean, like I said, I'm fine with the way it is. I wouldn't be heartbroken if they changed it.
I'd be heartbroken.
Okay.
Because I just think it'd be dominant one conference. All players would want to play in one conference. It wouldn't be parity throughout the league, and it'd be super top heavy on one side. I wouldn't like that. That's one. I would hate it. But anyway, all right. My other question about the bubble is, have you seen the courts they play on?
I don't believe. Oh, well, yeah. It looks like kind of just like a YMCA court.
Yeah, no, it's really like in ballrooms. You know what I'm saying? But see, I don't know. Now, this is my question. Are those the courts they're going to play on for the games, or are those just practice courts?
I'm sure they're just practice courts.
I hope they're not the ones they play on in a game.
I mean, honestly, or maybe
tell me they're going to play. They got arenas down there, right?
I mean, yeah, but it costs a lot less money to rent that little, just basic space for a basketball court than it is to rent the arena to be able to play your basketball games in.
I think I pray they play in arenas. All I'm saying, the reason why I say that is because that fucking those back to back. You got like a Pacers court, Heat court, Nets court, this court. They're so.
Oh well, I'm sure they'll have just one basic court, or like maybe, well, I guess like they'll probably keep like 5. I don't know how many games they had going on in one day over there, but
The first game, what is it? It's LA versus LA.
I mean,
and
they
then
might, honestly, they might need to have.
New Orleans
They probably need to have all those courts because they got to play all those games somewhere. They're not playing one game a day
for real.
or 3.
I was gonna pull this up anyway.
It's interesting to me that baseball.
New Orleans is playing Pelicans. The Jazz, Utah's playing the Pelicans, and then LA versus LA.
I like that start.
It's July 30th, and then 31st is like all these games.
Well, it's weird because like in baseball, they're about to start up next week, and the way they're doing it is they're playing at their stadiums, and then they're just like, only playing so many teams.
Now, see, help me out with the baseball one because I'm basketball heavy. The baseball, they're traveling to different people's stadiums, or what are they doing?
Yeah, they're playing 3-game series at the respective whoever the home team is stadium, and then you stay there, and then you travel. If you have a road date, you go straight to the city, go to the hotel, whatever, and then it's just back and forth from the stadium. And I don't understand why they're doing it. I know originally they talked about having like one part of the league down in Florida and one part just where they do their spring training. Which makes sense.
That makes way more sense.
Right.
Why wouldn't they do that?
I don't know. It might I don't know if it had something to do with that's what the players wanted. Because I mean, remember, like baseball was supposed to start a few months ago.
Yeah.
And then
which it couldn't.
They could never, even when they got the idea in place of how to do it. It still took a while because they couldn't come up with an agreement with the players.
Right.
Because every time the owners would come to them with a deal, the players were like, well, this is terrible. Like, we're not going to take this just to like kind of get paid.
Exactly. And those deals were shitty that the owners were bringing them.
Yeah. Like, they were telling them they wanted to give them like 50% off their salary. Right. And then also like some of the people that made bigger salaries then take like 20 or 30% more off on top of that.
Yeah.
And these dudes.
So why would I even play? Exactly. I'll sit at home and be with my family.
If I'm supposed to make $20 million this year, I'm not going to go out and play for 6.
Right.
Like you don't want to pay me.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
When it comes down to it, unless there's like a pandemic clause in the contract,
which there wasn't.
If we suddenly, without warning, have to cancel parts of the season, like you don't get paid your full amount.
Mm-hmm.
As a player, yeah, absolutely. I'd be like, hey, look, here's the thing. I understand that if we got to play these games, we're not going to be pulling in fans. It's going to be in front of no audience. So we're going to lose a lot of money.
Right.
So sure, I'll cut you a deal and maybe take off a few bucks, but you got to put it back on next year. And also like, this is all I'm willing to give.
Yeah.
And the owners were basically like, okay, but how about like less than that? And the players, these dudes were just like
less than that. Okay, that'll work, but can we do it for less?
Right. I saw one of the players, I can't remember who tweeted this, but he had he put out a tweet where he was like, basically, this is what negotiations have been like with the owners so far. And then it was like, the owners, hey, do you want $20? Players, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, well then how about I can give you 2 10s? And then the players would be like, nah, I'm good. And then he'd be like, okay, but how about I give you 4 5s? So basically the players were saying like, they keep bringing us this horrible deal after we keep telling them what we want.
That's funny.
And, luckily, finally, I think the owners just went, okay, look, we need to make something. And the longer we sit out, either we got to push this thing back to like Christmas time.
Yeah.
Or
winter ball.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting thing to watch with all of these. I mean, like I said, until I actually see it happen, I'm not believing that any of it's actually happening.
Yeah. And you were in now in NHL, they're supposed to be doing every game is going to be in Canada.
NHL is actually doing fantastic with this process.
What the fuck?
They just started.
And that's great.
It's our time.
Sub. We got a sub. Time to sub out.
They started like within the last month getting dudes back to practice and coming up with this bubble scenario up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And like that one seems like it's like legitimate. Like there's been way less guys that have tested positive. At least it's been talked about. Baseball guys are just like, a lot of them are just like, no, I'm just not going to play this year. Because you cannot play and still get paid.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, and he hasn't committed that he's playing this year.
He hasn't?
No,
Shit.
because he and his wife are expecting a child, and he is like, dude, I don't know if it's worth it to go out there and play,
Right.
and then give it to my wife,
Right.
and I want to make sure everything here is good.
Yeah.
And that's the best player in the game.
Yeah, no doubt. That's
That's
crazy.
that's what I'm talking about when I bring up the comparisons there and with like LeBron. I'm not saying anything bad about LeBron,
Yeah, I know.
but it's
I
like
know you were. I was fucking with you.
but like these are just things like some players have to think about. Like LeBron's best player one of the best players in the NBA, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go out here and try to win this. Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, and he's like, I don't know, man.
Well, see, it's different. Mike Trout hasn't won anything. He's not
Right, but so who's got? But like, think about that though. Who's got more to prove?
Yeah, it should be Mike Trout.
Mike Trout has no championship. Mike Trout's only been to the playoffs.
But Mike Trout, his sports contract is more than LeBron's. So he literally makes more money. So he doesn't have to. His money is guaranteed. He plays in baseball. He can sit on his ass and still get paid. And I get what you're saying. But obviously he doesn't have the drive in the I have to win at all costs like LeBron. That's why LeBron has 3 championships right now, the fucking hard way. You know what I'm saying? He had to leave, come back, leave. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest.
I mean, shit.
I'll be surprised if he ends up not playing. I think he would just be like, all right, look, like I'll do this, but I'm like, but in that situation, he's probably just gonna have to be like, okay, like I can't be around my wife for the duration of the playoffs.
That's cool. I don't even really care about what Mike Trout is doing. I more so care about what NHL. So how many teams are going? Is it every team? Some teams?
I'd have to look it up real quick. I can't remember. It's basically like I think it's the top 8 teams in each division. I think it's the top 10 teams or the top 8 teams like would be the regular playoffs, and then I think they added 2 from each, like the next 2.
Oh yeah, because they're jumping right into playoffs.
Well, yeah, they're doing like a round robin thing for seeding, and then it's just straight into the playoffs.
Dude, they got like games at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. That shit, they're about to go hard.
It's about to be great.
What starts August 1st?
Let's go Blues.
Damn. Play the Avalanche in the first round. Bruins got Philly.
Here's something fun to talk about. This is a good chance for us to speculate wildly.
What up?
Who do you think is hitting up the snitch line in the bubble the most?
Kyrie, if he was down there. I don't know. Let's see. Who is hitting? It's probably like a no-name dude. It's probably like a dude that's barely on a roster.
I just love the thought of like them having that snitch line, because every player has got to be sitting there going like, I saw something, man, but like as soon as they go, as soon as this call goes through, oh, snitch line gets first report of somebody not doing something, and then everybody's gonna be like, all right, man, who was it? Who is the rat? Has anybody called it yet? Have there been reports of people?
There have. For what Shammers reported, there has been reports that people have been calling that motherfucker. I think that's how that one dude, probably the guy with the Kings.
Okay, if I was
dude with the Kings, that's how he got snitched out. All he did was go to get what he got. Postmates or some food or some shit.
Real talk. If I was in the NBA right now and I was going to be included in these bubble games, my trash talk on the court would be calling every player on the other team the snitch. Like, I know you're the one that called it in, man.
I feel you on that.
Everybody just started, the whole team's looking at each other. Maybe it was him.
How do you know?
And that's how the low seed team made the championship.
Yo, real talk. Who you got coming out of there? Because I got a team right now that I think has a clear-cut advantage, and it's probably going to come out of that mug either the winner or I think might be the last man standing. Because to me, what do you think this is? Do you think this is, because all this is a tournament to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, that's all the fuck it is. It's really just honestly, a tournament.
But let's be honest, like as fun as it is to watch basketball,
yeah,
there's not a lot of reason to watch it until the playoffs. Like there's a lot of teams that
I want to see those other games because those other games are,
you want to see it.
Those are crucial as preseason games.
Right. You want to see it, but I'm just saying the way the NBA's been over the last 10, 15 year period, 20 years maybe even, is just like, when there are those dominant teams, when you get to the playoffs who you're going to see. There's going to be a couple different guys at the bottom, but for the most part, so like just get me to the NBA playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Let me just but throw a few extra teams in there like they're doing.
Uh-huh.
And let me see what these dudes can do when it's just straight up playoffs. To
I
go
like
to the,
it.
for the championship.
I like that they didn't do it like the NHL and just jump right to playoffs. I understand why NHL did it. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had to do it. And the NBA, let these cats get some games, a few more games. I think it's going to help. I don't know they're only playing, I think, like 8 games, but you have a team like Portland down there.
Right.
And Portland is, I think, a good 11 games out. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are they doing down there?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand what that's about. But they said they're doing it for seeding, but also too, believe me, Josh, these cats need those games. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
They need those games. They need those games just to get their body in the mode. Get that rust off to play.
Right. But it's like but it's like I said, like
play playoff basketball.
So
Come on now.
So the NHL is starting off with a round robin tournament for seeding.
So how's that work?
They're just gonna, I don't know.
How's that round robin shit work? You don't know?
From what I saw, they just play like these certain teams over and over.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, they're gonna play games for the playoffs there. But no, let's see. My dark horse to at least make the finals in all this is New Orleans. I'm telling you, hey.
That was a dumbass pick.
Why?
I thought you had something decent.
Why?
I thought you had something decent.
Why not them? Why not arrested Zion Williamson? Why not arrested Brendan Ingram, who's having a great year?
He's good.
Drew Holiday is nasty.
He is.
And one of the least talked about dudes.
They got a squad. I know they got a squad.
But think about it here. This is the thing. It's a short
season.
The
Western Conference?
It's a short.
In the Western Conference?
Listen,
I mean, the Western Conference ain't as dope as it used to be. The East is dope now.
Just listen to my theory here. This is not a marathon anymore. This is a sprint. This is not as long. You don't have like a ton of time.
True.
So if you got a bunch of young dudes that can just give you everything for like 3 weeks, sure.
There's a bunch of teams like that.
Exactly. Right.
Why you say just them?
Right. But that team was like, the way they were clicking, like they were playing, and Zion is nasty. Like Zion has if there was any doubt about Zion being able to, transition his game to the NBA level, he's shown it at every opportunity. Plus, like I said, Brandon Ingram having a great year, playing much better than he did in LA. And like I said, you got a dude like Drew Holiday.
They're asking him to do more. That's why he's playing better. He's asking him to do more.
But then you got dudes like JJ's on the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, JJ's cold. I feel you.
I didn't say win it all. I said they could make the finals.
That's shit.
Also, I like the Dallas Mavericks.
Damn, you trying to be out the box, man? Can we bet money right now that both of them won't make the finals?
No, because they probably won't. That's why they're my dark horse.
Yeah, Dallas. Let's see that, especially with that fucking unicorn they got, bony ass Porzingis.
He could ball though.
Shit, man, that dude's a fucking ankle fucking thing away from.
Luka is nasty.
To me, if Porzingis would do the opposite of Joker and gain weight and get cut, I'd be like, okay, you know what? I can fuck with dude. He's too frail, done.
He needs to bulk up.
He's too frail. Okay,
but he doesn't play down low a lot.
Yeah, he should.
Like he steps out.
That's the thing. He needs to get down there too, bro. The one thing the one thing that Euro players, especially big man Euro players, if you did not learn anything from Dirk, what did you learn? You learned that Dirk won a chip when he got his ass in the fucking paint. You better have both. You better have fucking both.
No, I agree.
You can't have just one.
There's an abundance of power forwards and centers that have and as you know, and it's cool to see a 7-foot dude step out and just drain threes. Absolutely. But also it's very lost in the NBA these days for, any guy, like it, just because you can shoot doesn't mean that's all we need you to do.
Exactly.
So why don't you just be big and know how to shoot? And if we have a play that involves you stepping out and shooting a three, then, go ahead.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're 7 feet tall. Can you just stand next to the basket and grab the ball if it comes off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys. I feel like that was always my big issue with Dwight Howard. I don't think he really realized how much he could dominate centers in the NBA.
Oh God, you ain't lying.
Because he was,
You ain't lying.
he still is a massive dude.
But he has no low post skills for
Exactly.
real. Yeah.
He had all, and he was like, you know,
No
he had
low
all the
post skills.
mobility.
Yeah.
He could do, you know.
How do you get with Dream? Dream would work with you, I think, in like multiple summers.
Yeah.
And you still don't fucking have it. Like, what's wrong with you? Dream.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Also,
He's got 2 chips.
Also, when he did that,
He's the shit.
When he did that Superman dunk in the dunk contest, he did not dunk the ball.
No, he didn't. He threw
And I
that
have
bitch
a
in.
real issue with
Yeah.
dunk contests these days, where they
Yes.
give people
When they
nines
just
and
throw
tens.
shit in.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
dunking.
I feel
Grab
you.
the rim.
I feel you.
At least slam your hand against it.
I feel you. All right. Well, look, this is who I have. I got Boston, of course, coming out the East. But I think I got 2 teams coming out the East because I think these 2 are going to see each other in the Eastern Conference Finals, and this shit is going to be a fucking throwdown. Do you know who had a head start on everybody in the bubble? What team was down there first?
No.
These cats were down there 3 weeks. 3 weeks before everybody. That'd be your world champion Toronto Raptors, bro. Toronto Raptors have a 3-week head start on everyone in that motherfucker, man.
I appreciate that Toronto Raptors team so much more since Kawhi left, because they're still really, really good. They also, you can, it honestly, like,
finally somebody got some sense.
You can tell they have a strong bond with each other as a team. People don't really leave the Raptors if they're good.
Yeah.
You know, if they're like, they might just be like, yeah, we're not gonna bring you back because you didn't play all year.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the dudes that actually get in there, nobody really leaves. Like when DeMar DeRozan got traded, that was like a big deal for them.
Yeah.
They were all just kind of like taken aback, like, oh, but they got Kawhi.
Yeah, shit's real
which
now.
got him a championship.
Yeah.
So, no, but yeah, that Raptors team, the way they've played this year, it makes me appreciate them, like I said, so much more. Because, you know, I was into them. I liked the way they were playing last year.
Right.
But, like, you know, your superstar left.
Yeah.
The guy that you went out and got and, you know, did exactly what you went out and got him for is gone. And I think, when they paused the season, they were still, like, 4 seed? Something around there? To do that in the East without Kawhi Leonard is amazing.
Without a full-on superstar. I
And
don't
Jeremy
know.
Lin
Dude.
isn't there anymore.
Oh, they didn't keep Lin on the team?
No.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, dude,
guy.
that team is cold-blooded. They're super underrated. And I think that I saw them earlier this year in January. I saw them in person. And seeing the way they could just, in person, on the road, lock down a team, you know, with nothing but themselves and maybe a few people off the bench, 1 or 2 off the bench. It was, I mean, Nick Nurse called a timeout. It was like, boom, let's tighten the hatches, and they fucking did.
He probably should. He probably should be the coach of the year this year.
Depending on how they finish. No. Depending on how they finish, because look, if the C's finish in the finals or with the championship, how can you not do Brad?
How many people do you think thought the Raptors would be a top 6 team again this year?
I did. I thought they would be a top 6 team. I didn't think they were going to be super trash.
I don't think
they were fucking. Okay. They're still world champions, man.
True.
Kawhi didn't single-handedly win that shit.
Nobody was really out there talking repeat. Nobody was out there being like,
you just said top 6. You just said top 6. And I think the world champion Raptors, who only lost 1 dude, will they be in number 6? And yes, they will. Yeah, shit. Okay. I thought 5 or 4. So yeah.
I mean, I thought they would be like 7 or 8.
Yeah, no, what they're doing is amazing. And I just love the fact that you talk about somebody you just want to blend together real quick for 3-4 weeks, you know what I'm saying, and make something happen. And of course, the season's longer than 3-4 weeks. But what is it? If you can blend together for about 2-3 months and play the best basketball and just number one, stay healthy. I mean, shit. you never fucking know.
The last time I was on was before Kawhi left, because we were talking about where we thought Kawhi was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed in Toronto.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine what that team did last year? Can you imagine them doing the same stuff they're doing now and still having Kawhi?
Yeah.
They'd be the number one team in the East.
Yeah.
And they'd probably be getting ready to win another title, to be honest.
Mm.
At least challenge for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, they've done a great job.
I said also, too.
And don't forget about that Clippers, don't forget about the Clippers team when these playoffs start back up, because that will be Kawhi. And we all saw what playoff Kawhi
no doubt. And if you remember.
And now he also has Paul George, who is usually injured at this time.
So tell me he's healthy.
But he's been able to just, I bet he hasn't done a thing. I bet he has sat in a chair the entire quarantine time.
I tell you something that's kind of, I'm worried about is that, what is it? And by the way, in that episode, I said, Kawhi was going to LA. So, just everybody, you can check that episode out. First episode, Josh Becker's being on the show. But what was it?
He didn't say which team. He just said LA.
No, Clips. But because I prayed to God, please only, because if he went to the Lakers, it just would have been stupid. I mean, it
would have been a terrible move for his career.
It would just been throw up on the NBA. Just throw up on it.
It does show you something though, because I think also by going to the Clippers, it's almost like he was like. Okay, I just won a championship with Toronto.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the Clippers because if LeBron wants to claim LA, then he's gonna have to he's gonna have to go through me for it.
Yeah,
I just my biggest hope
that was such the manly thing to do too. It
Absolutely.
was so much better than just cowering out and just being a pussy and just going with him.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my God,
or going to like
so
Golden State.
fucking lame.
Like,
right.
Yeah,
going to Golden State. Oh man.
But and now he's. I mean, that team's nasty.
He was going to take the KD route, though. Kawhi, see, that's why Kawhi is one of the dopest dudes in the league. To me, he might be. He's not my favorite player, but he's in my top 4 favorite players because he's his own freaking man. He doesn't do none of that bullshit that the other players in the league are doing. Hey, let's link up and play. But no matter of fact, I'm sorry, he did kind of do that because he hooked up with Paul George and he said, "Let's go to the Clips." But I like how he doesn't. He does it low key. He doesn't have to get the best guy,
but and also
like LeBron and KD had to do.
But also, look at the move of him going to the Clippers and bringing Paul George. Like he was like, out of anybody he could have hit up and been like, "Hey man, like just let you know I'm about to go to the Clippers. Tell them to trade you to the Clippers."
Yeah.
He went with the dude that not only like can just ball out and score on you all day, but he picked up a dude who knows how to play defense.
But the thing about that was that whole deal was crazy because who saw Paul George just leaving out of nowhere like that?
Nobody. I was shocked.
It was a rough way they ended. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe how Dame just canceled him like that with that fucking shot.
I remember.
But damn.
I remember getting an alert at like around midnight or something on my phone.
Coming. Yeah.
Like Bleacher Report came up. Breaking news. Paul George just got traded to the Clippers. And I was just like what?
Yeah,
like at night?
I could see a Kawhi, but what?
I mean, hey man, but they built a heck of a team over there.
It was, but okay, but here's my thing, man. In the East with my C's, I'm worried, bro, because we know what I got the Clips coming out the West. You know what I'm saying? I still got the Clips coming out the West. I had them before.
It's going to be a crime if we don't, in all this, at least get Clippers versus the Lakers in the playoff. Like if that's not the Western Conference Finals, I'm going to be
that's going to be fucked up. That's going to be all the way effed up. But here's the thing, I got Clips because I called Clips before the season started. Before I knew this was going to happen, but
unfortunately, my Minnesota Timberwolves prediction did not pan out.
You pick them every year. Trash ass.
But
it's so trash.
Coming 2021, Minnesota Timberwolves championship tour.
Okay, with who?
D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah. Did y'all get invited? Y'all didn't even get invited.
No.
No. Nobody think about us going in the bubble. No. You crazy?
They didn't even call to let them know they weren't going to be able to play. They was like, no, we ain't calling.
We ain't got to call them for shit.
I do not want to talk to anybody over there.
The T-Wolves. Oh, that's fucked up. But that was funny.
Next year.
What is it? Yeah.
Somebody big's gonna go to Minnesota next year. Watch. They're gonna want to play with Cat and D'Angelo Russell.
I mean, y'all got
They
the.
should have brought back Jamal Crawford. I can't believe he just got signed during the bubble time.
It didn't make any sense. I really think this is my thing with Jamal Crawford. I'm so glad you brought him up. I love that dude. He can ball, but I don't think he gives a fuck about winning. I just think he wants to hoop and get as much money as possible.
It's possible.
He goes to the trashiest fucking teams. Hey, just give me that fat ass 1 year. You got me? Okay, bet. Here I come. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna shoot it like 40%? Am I gonna shoot for? Okay, bet. Here I come. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
He was on the Timberwolves
I don't
like
get it.
3 years ago, and I was so amped up about. I was so there.
He's
for
been
it.
on the Timberwolves 3 different times. What shit? Had me
No.
shit.
He was only down there. You know, he was only once.
Shit. You sure?
Yeah, he played for L.A. for a while.
Good God.
Played for
You can't
Chicago.
name every team he's played on. He's played on 60% of the league. 60% of the league.
Phoenix.
Shit.
That last game he had though of the season last year, he dropped like 40 or 50
Yeah,
something points.
he's cold blooded. Why don't you want to get like just a straight up contract with somebody and just like what? I've been begging this man to go to the Celtics. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like I heard something where he was like, honestly, like
Damn.
at this point in my career, like I'm just really into like being able to play, but also like getting to like coach up these dudes. Like work, like that's why he goes to teams that have shooters. Like that's why he goes to Phoenix so he can hang out with Devin Booker.
Yeah.
You know, like I think he said like, you know, at this point in my career, I
Why
realized,
didn't
like,
Phoenix re-sign him?
It's a great. I mean, nobody signed him.
Right. What the fuck?
He was literally just sitting at home
That doesn't make
the whole season up until
it makes no
a
sense.
week ago.
Okay, but here's the thing I'm worried about, right?
And this time, and he signed with the Nets.
Yeah, right. The whack ass Nets. The Nets are fucking pandemic plagued. Like I don't even know why they. If I was the NBA, I'd be like, stay in Brooklyn. Like, what the hell? Please do not come.
Yeah.
Like, man, I take the T-Wolves over them. Like, shit. What the fuck, man? Oh, that's horrible. But look, the C's. I'm a little worried about my C's, man, because you have our star point guard, who's an all-star caliber point guard and is dope as fuck, but has something going on with his knees. And he's been resting this whole quarantine time, and he still has something wrong with his knees. Like, what the F? Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Those knees can be brutal, man.
That's not good. That's not good.
I mean, a lot of people are getting hurt. Was it Rondo just broke his hand the other day?
Yeah,
The day before that happened, there was like I saw all these articles that were coming out like, look at how good a shape Rondo's in. He's coming to lead this team in the playoffs. And then the next day, he just like broke his hand in practice. I mean, just because they haven't been playing for a while doesn't mean that the guys aren't still dealing with injuries.
I'm gonna tell you like this too. If that picture that I saw was his room that he was bitching about, I'm 100% with him. That motherfucker looks ski. You can get a better room at fucking Ameristar up the street in St. Charles, and that's a fucking casino, y'all. Like that room look regular as fuck.
The accommodations in the bubble don't seem to be
regular
fantastic.
as fuck. I mean, but nah, man. The thing with Kemba is different, bruh. Kemba he already had issues with his knees early in the season. That's he rested some games. There was a couple games he didn't play. He didn't play every game for us.
Right.
And for you to have all this rest and you still hurt, this ain't no new injury. Like with Rondo, that's a new injury. He's probably gonna miss.
Right.
That's gonna screw up the Lakers because he's gonna miss I guess the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But with Kemba, we 100% need him.
Oh, for sure.
What the fuck you got going on with your knees? Are you okay, bro? That's my thing. And then also, Gordon Hayward is gonna dip when his wife delivers their fourth child. Who the hell's gonna fill that spot? Like, but and that's gonna be in the middle of the playoffs, if not finals. What the fuck?
I mean, you still have Jason Tatum out there.
Oh yeah, we got JT. Thank goodness. You know,
maybe
he's the shit.
Maybe this is where this is Taco's time to shine.
Again with this dude.
Now he's played like 8 minutes all year.
I'm not a big Taco fan.
No, I know. I mean, here it is. He's a big dude, but if he's not going to play, I I mean, I get like, cause here's the thing, like
We
here's the
we
thing.
need a center, so I wish he could, but I don't think he's quick. Maybe his game has gotten better,
So here's
but
here-
from the last I saw, he's not quick enough to keep up with the NBA pace.
so here's like something we were talking about. This goes back to something we were talking about
Not
earlier.
mobile
We were
enough.
talking about the size of centers and adopting the European look where they're a little bulkier and they just stay down low and ball.
I don't want a bunch of Marc Gasols.
No, but I'm saying, think about, like, here's a comparison in terms of guys, big men that get little minutes, but the production they have. Look at a dude like Taco, who like everybody's going crazy about. He's like the biggest dude you've ever seen, but he's hardly ever playing. And when he gets in, he doesn't really do anything. Then look at a dude like Boban Marjanovic, that big like 7'6" European dude, plays for the Mavericks now.
Yeah.
I've seen games that he plays where he'll get a double-double in like 10, 11 minutes.
Speaking of Boban, that his relationship with
Tobias is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
it's a little weird.
Nah,
It's
dude,
getting weird,
they
bro.
got traded together like 3 different times.
True, but here's the thing. Did you see what happened in the bubble though with them?
Yeah.
What? You have to give a grown man wine to forgive you? What's
Dude,
going on there?
They're just
He mad because dude going out hanging out with Luca?
nobody's mad. They're just messing around.
You feeling okay? Mad is a strong word. You feeling some type of way because he hanging out with Luca?
He doesn't give a shit. It's just
He don't give a shit. He's secretly recording them.
It's
Done.
for the gram.
I don't think that was fake. I think that was real. I think, dude, them cats have a different type of relationship, bro.
All right, here's the thing.
They have a different type of relationship.
If that's real,
I don't mean no funny business.
Look,
I'm just saying. I just think they got a different. It's weird. It's a little weird.
as bad as this whole situation with coronavirus in the season has been, if what the worst thing that comes out of the NBA is Boban and Toby aren't friends anymore, that'll be the biggest tragedy of the season. Maybe.
I feel you. But go back to your point. You were saying that somebody like him, he'll
So
give
I'm
you
saying,
what?
yeah, Boban Marjanovic can come in and play 8 to 10 minutes and give you like 12 points and 11 rebounds and like 4 blocks.
That's dope.
Because he goes, look,
Yeah.
I know I can't be out there the whole game,
Yeah.
but I can go hard
Give you
for
short
like
bursts.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you want to throw me in a couple
Yeah.
times during the game,
Yeah.
I will just stay down there and nobody. I mean, you watch him go out there. Nobody can block him.
Yeah. Not at all.
He barely has. He just goes up on his tippy toes and dunks.
Yep.
I've seen him dunk and then just stand there holding the rim.
Yep.
Like he's a monster, and but he knows like my body won't support me going hard for like 35, 40 minutes a game.
Because he's so huge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he'll go out there and just go, give me the ball.
And see, that's the thing.
And
You would
he'll
think
get
that
rebounds and he'll get putbacks and he doesn't kick it out.
you would think the opposite with Taco because Taco has a basketball body.
Right.
He's light. He's lanky. You know, you look at him, you would think, oh, that dude might be mad quick, and he's not. You know,
Right.
he's
Well,
not
no,
mobile.
yeah.
He doesn't look like he looks kind of awkward out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's
Oh.
not a lot of tall, what is he, 7'5", 7'6"?
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of fast dudes at that height. But if you know how to move and know how to
Yeah.
get yourself in position where you like, okay, I got to go a second before everybody else goes
Yeah.
because I got to get back.
Yeah.
You know, these other dudes have some of these
I
guys
don't
have no
know.
problems.
I feel what you're saying, but for the time, but the size of time that Yao wasn't hurt, when he was out there, he looked like he could keep up with the game.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why Yao is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's why Yao, like
Like you said,
was
Boban
going to
can
have-
keep up with the game.
exactly.
Big dudes
And-
can keep up with the
Yeah,
game.
Boban just kind of like it's like as soon as somebody on his team or the other team starts going, if he's not gonna get the rebound, he's just running back.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows if he's not the person, having to guard the person,
Right.
he's got to start heading back early.
Yeah.
And that's why he only plays a couple minutes a game because they
Yeah.
go, all right, maybe he'll grab some rebounds,
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a couple possessions out of it,
Yeah.
and then he's out.
Yeah. I just think we need all the big man help we got. We got this one dude, Williams. His first name is escaping me right now. He's been hurt, but he's back. He's only like 6'10", 6'9", but he can. That dude is a beast. He's
Yeah.
great offensively. He's good He's good defensively. You know, I really think for all I'm saying about Taco, I think Taco's going to make a jump up, and he's going to do something better.
No, I mean, it'd be great to
You
see.
know,
I mean,
I think he's going to
big men that are good is like, to me, is like about as fun as watching like a really good dude with really good handles or a really good dribbler.
Right.
Like it's cool to see this big dude, like when I was growing up, dudes were just in the paint and they
Yeah.
either were just gonna
Yeah.
body you up
Yeah.
or they were gonna shake you.
I wish
and
we need more of that.
do a shot.
I think
Absolutely.
we need more of that. I want to say last thing I'm gonna say about the C's. pray y'all win. But here, I want to jump on this before we get up out of here. What did you think about your senator, Mr. Punk ass Josh Hawley, going at the NBA?
He's the worst,
Over,
man.
like, what the fuck
stand that
was
dude.
that?
Jason Kander, former representative who
Oh,
stepped
my
down
goodness.
because he was suffering from PTSD from his time in the military.
Mhm.
Very well liked individual.
Mhm.
He put a pretty solid post on Twitter where he was talking about Josh Hawley, and then it was like a personalized. He's like, here you go, like you can have this for that little outburst, and it was like a personalized picture of like a DC jersey, and on the back it just said thirsty.
Cantor put that up. Oh, Cantor, way to go!
That dude's not Enos Cantor.
Nobody said Enos.
Oh well,
I said Cantor.
Oh well, his name's Kander.
Oh, I thought it was Cantor.
Yes.
Oh, my
So
bad.
I thought you thought
Yeah.
I said Cantor.
No. I know you meant the guy who
No, yeah, Jason Kander is dope.
recently held office.
Yeah, no, he's dope.
That was dope by
Josh
him.
Hawley sucks, and so does
Yeah.
Mike Parsons.
Oh fuck! Of course, this motherfucker gonna come in here now, dude. Yeah, I thought that was. Did Parsons say piggyback off of what he said?
No, he's just
Okay.
really
Yeah, he's just
stupid.
trash. Yeah, I thought that was. You're really gonna pick a fight with a league about something going on the other side of the country, on the other side of the world, rather, but you're not going to deal with your own state and racial inequalities we have here. And police, luckily, the Obama administration, looked into police departments in St. Louis County who their main focus was to pull over residents and charge huge amounts for traffic tickets that they did not need. And it was literally a revenue stream for those municipalities for their bitch ass police departments. And freaking, what is it? The justice system from Obama administration looked into it, and that's kind of slowed down here in St. Louis. It's been great, but I don't see Holly looking into that, making sure that doesn't happen again. I don't see him looking into, let's see if we can let's say if we can take some of this money that we use for police, instead of it being 50-60% of a budget, how about we put more in education?
Right.
Or more into, I don't know, recreation for neighborhoods or for communities. I don't,
The way people,
I don't get it.
And yeah, I'll briefly get through this, but
Wow.
like, I just, this new way of voting that a lot of people do where they just kind of go like, okay, like, so this is the person running, and then here's, the person running that's already in office. And they'll go, this person that's running against them is really shitty. But I don't really like the person that's in office. So I guess I'll just vote for this really shitty person because I don't. And like, we keep bringing in these shitty fucking, excuse my language, everybody, politicians. Honestly,
say what you feel.
The Republican Party is not being represented well at all during all this. Like, you'd think they're in a point in time where there's so many of these dudes or ladies could like step up and be like, you know what? No, I'm not with this dude.
Do you think Claire McCaskill was shitty? I think she was better than him, and I think she was a better option. And
she was a better option.
Had tenure as a state senator from Missouri and helped. I think she was a better option than that dude.
She was, and this is what is going on these days. There's a lot of people that are doing, and with the way the presidency is right now, it was like. Did Bernie Sanders have a better shot than Hillary Clinton? Possibly.
Yeah.
He had a ton of support, and nobody was going, oh, his emails. But they went with Hillary, and people went, well, I don't like Hillary, so I guess I'll vote for Trump. Even knowing that, you've got to be insane to vote for this dude. He's never held a political office in his life,
or you knew he was a piece of shit. And you were smart enough not to vote for him, so you just didn't vote.
Well,
and that was the worst.
This is the one thing I'm going to throw out to people. I understand we have laws in this country, and I understand you have the absolute right and ability to vote for anybody you want. You can vote for a Republican, you can vote for a Democrat, you can vote for whatever third party, Green Party, Libertarian Party, Tea Party, Birthday Party, all this stuff. Or you can even just write something in. Here's what I'm saying. If you ever have any complaints about anything that's going on in the country at all, do not vote for a third party candidate. They're not going to win unless somebody comes away that's absolutely if Obama incarnate came back and was like, I'm running third party though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when I don't know your name until I see it on the ballot,
Right.
I have a feeling you shouldn't be getting voted for.
That's the thing that throws me off. I have this discussion with people I work with. You want me to vote for someone I've never heard of ever.
Right.
And then you want me, instead of me voting for the person that everyone else knows and is the obvious candidate that can beat that person, beat that thing that we have in the White House. You don't want me to vote for that candidate. You want me to vote for this candidate I've never heard of and that no one else I know of has heard of.
Right.
And has no support or leverage or steam behind them whatsoever. Like, again, I'm all for another party, but guess what, y'all? This one's too freaking crucial. Not right now. And
Well,
here's the thing. It's too crucial right now. And again, I'm for a third party, but again, can the third party candidate get some steam and be known or at least seen on TV? Or seen somewhere? Like, you can be on social media for free. That's the thing. That's the thing that I don't get. These third party, these people that are running under third party that want to run for the highest seat in the office, why the hell don't I see them on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any of them damn like what the hell? Like, why aren't they on Twitter? Why are they not on IG? I don't. What the fuck?
Here's the thing, though. They are. There's just not enough people out there repping them that you would ever hear of them. If you can't go into the presidential election, and this is, I know a lot of people in Washington listen to this show, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If you aren't the Republican or Democratic nominee for this election, can you please just like drop out?
Yeah.
Don't even let there be a chance that you could get votes. Because here's the thing, you're not going to win. I hate to break it to you. I hate to crush any dreams you have, whoever the third party people they're running are. You have no legitimate shot at winning this. So please just leave there be two options.
Yeah.
Because there's people out there that will go, well, I don't like Trump, but I don't like Biden either because he's a weirdo. So I'm going to vote for Joe Schmo running in the Green Party. And then at the end of it, it's going to go, oh, this guy got 0.9% of the vote. But that's, depending on how many people go out, that's a lot of people.
And all it's going to do is take away votes from Biden. And I agree with you, but I'm also on the other side of, if that person can drum up some type of steam
like I said,
4 months. I don't know.
If you are a third party,
when we're recording this, it's July, almost the end of the month.
If you're a third party, person that's running for president, and you legitimately think you could possibly become president of the United States, and like, I don't mean just like I could do this, like legitimately, like look at the numbers and show, wow, we actually got a lot of support. There's a lot of people running with this. Like it's, neck and neck with, the major parties. Then absolutely run for it.
Yeah.
If you're looking at it and nobody knows who you are and your followers on, line are like, you've got like 2,000 followers when like, these other dudes have millions.
Yeah.
You ain't going to win this thing.
You're not.
This is not your time.
You're really just you're really just taking the focus away from Biden. That's what you're doing.
You have 4 years to really build up some momentum.
Yeah.
So just start campaigning for
right. That's what I'm saying. Just campaign for 2024 right now.
There's no reason
just do that now. Right. Yeah, man. It's so funny. I have this discussion, and you know what's so funny, man? It's with white people who claim they're, for change and they don't like dump and they're not racist and they're not this and they're not that, but they still say shit like, well, what about black on black crime? And what about this? And what about what about the stuff you guys do? And I don't know about Biden. Well, but Biden did this. Like people say shit like Biden, what was it? Was with Jeffrey Epstein and it was wrapped up in that shit. Okay. Well, what the fuck you think your current president was doing? Like, you're okay with that though?
I mean, if
it's true with Biden,
here's the thing. If it's been presented, if it's been
Dude.
presented and shared already, then excuse my ignorance and not having seen it. But I haven't seen a picture of Joe Biden and Jeffrey Epstein. I've seen multiple pictures and video of Donald Trump hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and checking out babes.
You're about to break a record today, dude. You about to get 3 of them in one day. 3 of them. Say it again. Give it to me. There it is. Yeah.
Now give it to me.
Yeah, boy. You getting a record today, boy. You
I mean,
blew it.
seriously, man. Like,
jeez, I've seen these motherfuckers hanging out. I haven't seen shit with Biden with dude. Like, and it's the most random ass obscure fact that they pull out their ass to be like, I can't fuck with Biden. What?
It's anything that can happen and anything that can go wrong is what people want to focus on.
Dude.
Yet, and here's the thing, and I was trying to explain this to somebody a few weeks ago. I was talking about like upcoming and how like a lot of undecided or Democratic voters go, well, I don't know. I don't really like him. It's like, think about this. So many Republican people, there are some that have kind of like come away from the situation and realize just how horrible this turned out. But for the most part, Republicans, as we can see by the people that are in office right now that work with Trump, these people do not care who they have nominated.
Right.
They're going to vote for him.
Right.
There's no Republicans that are out there going,
yeah,
I'm going to vote third party this year.
There's no Republicans that will vote any other way, because if that was the case, the man would have been impeached.
Exactly.
He was supposed to be impeached already. You know what I'm saying? But no one on that side had the balls to do it. Right. So
there are people that work for Donald Trump.
Literally, we have a president that was impeached, y'all, still in office.
Ted Cruz works for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump said shit about that dude's whole family.
He did.
Donald Trump said Ted Cruz's father was the what was he? The guy that killed Kennedy? Is that what he said? Or no, he was a murderer or something like that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he said all this horrible stuff. He talked shit about his wife, and now he's out there going like, the work that Donald Trump's doing is just so amazing.
Man, they're so.
Although I do love Ted Cruz because I do love watching the video of him when he tries to kiss his family, and they all are visibly shaken.
Jeez. You know what? I just want to say this, man, too. A lot of people just hide under the fact that, what you said at the OnStart when we just we brought up this topic. You said that people just assume, they're both shitty, but this one's less shitty than the other one, so I'm gonna vote for. You know what? Here's the thing, y'all. A lot of y'all hide under that fucking umbrella because you don't want to do any fucking research. You don't want to look into, you don't want to look into Dump. You don't want to look into Biden. You don't want to see what really has either one of them done, good or bad. You know the bad stuff that Dump has done, unless you just, you want to be a ostrich or whatever. Just put your head in the sand and just ignore it, which a lot of those MAGA people do, or whatever they're called. But for those of you that are undecided, or that don't want to vote for Dump, or that want to vote for a third party because you just can't stand Biden, once you look into that man's record first and see do some goddamn research, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before you just throw your vote away on someone that in your heart of hearts won't win.
Biden,
come on, man. Do that shit in 4 years.
Biden is not my ideal representative. However, there's just no way to look at the Trump presidency and if you're able to support and get behind the stuff that this dude's done and seriously be one of these people, it's like he's done a great job.
Right.
He's handled this pandemic so perfectly and all this stuff.
Dude.
Then you're legitimately insane.
For real. Straight up. Yo, man, I think this was a good ass conversation.
That was a nice conversation.
I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you came through. Appreciate you.
Take a still shot of that image.
Okay, right on. That hand. Oh yeah. Unite the brothers. Unite the brothers. Unite white and black together as one.
In America.
Eye to eye. Station to station. Why you bring up? I thought you was gonna do Ebony and Ivory.
I was thinking about it, but I think we needed something that went a little harder. Either that or just like I don't know, like some like the music they play.
James Brown.
Oh, absolutely.
For real. Yo, I think we're gonna wrap this up. This was a good little episode, man.
This was fun.
Yo, this was dope. I can't wait to have you back, Doc.
Oh yeah.
And have me whenever you wanna have me on. This young man has a show. It's called.
Make sure to check it out on YouTube. It's The Show at Night with Josh.
There it is.
But it's like the W with the line.
Oh,
with.
Okay. So make sure y'all put that the W with the slash.
Also, follow us on the gram at Show at Night, all one word. And then I'm on various social medias as well.
Give out your personal socials.
Oh boy, Josh Take Picture all one word for my personal gram. Trying to slide in those DMs.
What the fuck?
And on Twitter, I'm Josh Type Tweet. All my accounts are very literal as to what I do.
Yeah.
So check me out on there. I
Yeah.
had a recently, you can check out my recently viral tweet of when I noticed that there was a giant
That's
mustard
so
stain.
old, dude.
A giant
By the
mustard
time
stain
this episode's coming out like
Miss
next month. So
McCloskey's. Oh, trust me, people
by
will
the
still
time
people still
so
be
old.
talking about the McCloskeys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's what's up.
I noticed that she had a lot of mustard on her shirt.
She did. That dizzy bitch trying
And
to
it
hold a
blew
fuck.
up.
Dude, I can't believe she they pulled a gun out. They pulled guns out on the freaking protesters. It's so sad. Speak on that thing you told me about them. Wait, real quick for your social. Why is the show page only on IG? You only got a page on IG?
I got a lot going on, man. I'll work on getting the other ones up soon enough. It's hard enough running the Instagram and the YouTube channel.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, what's the name? What was I going to bring up? I was going to bring up something, but yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. It was a good one. We did our thing. What is it? Executive producer Boston's back in the house. Hater Boston's here, so it's definitely time to wrap up. So everybody, what you smoking on now?
This and that.
What do you say? You don't know what strand?
No.
All right, he got it from me, so it's Gorilla Glue. We
Oh.
blowing on Gorilla Glue right now, y'all. So keep smoking, keep hooping. We love y'all. Shout out to all. We got some female listeners out there too. This is not
There
a
we
man
go.
show. This is a show for everybody. So shout out to the female listeners. Thank you everybody for listening. We love y'all and all new listeners and old listeners too. Keep hooping, keep smoking. We out. Peace.